Commander Legends and Commander Collection Green. They just dropped this on us like out of nowhere over the weekend here. Pretty cool. Let's get up into some of these spoilers. I'm going to be continuously leaking or spoiling any new Commander products, any Commander Legends spoilers that hit. You guys here will know the day of moving forward. So here we go. This is just for the Legends. Halana, Kessig Ranger. As you can see, the partner is back. Partner, a lot of people are in the air about it. They love it, mostly new players. Old players kind of think, well, these newer commanders, these partners kind of are slightly overpowering, due to some of the rulings and whatnot, commander tax and all that stuff. When you have two commanders opposed to just having the one commander, they think they're maybe pushing out the older kind of style commanders. I don't know, but we're going to get about 40 plus, I think 41 new partners. That makes for a lot of combinations of cards. So, this one, whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, you may pay 2. When you do, that creature deals damage equal to its power to target creature. That's pretty good, man. I always think, I always say, imagine that in, Standard. Yeah, that'd be pretty insane. I don't think there's anything like that in Standard right now. But partner, you can have 2 commanders if both have partner. So as long as they both say partner on it, you can have 2 commanders on the battlefield. That's pretty crazy. So, Halana's looking like a lot of fun there. And it's uncommon. So, budget friendly, man. You cannot complain about the budget friendly stuff. Alena, Kessig, Trapper. Oh, nice red hair. Almost reminds me of my own. And I let the Q-tip just puff out today, guys. So we got the 5-drop. First strike, tap it, add an amount of red mana equal to the greatest power among creatures you control that enter the battlefield this turn. That's pretty legit, man. And it's got the partner. Of course, it's a 4/3. I like it. It's an uncommon, man, there's so many uses for so many different kind of commanders. And the idea is once you start building a commander deck, if you're not net decking it, you can just start brainstorming, just start punching in certain keywords. It's really a lot of fun when you really start breaking down and start building your own kind of decks. It's good times. Sengir, the Dark Baron, has made its return. This time in the partner form, which is pretty scary stuff. The old 6-drop flying. Whenever another creature dies, put 2 +1/+1 counters on Sengir, the Dark Baron. Whenever another player loses the game, you gain life equal to that player's life total as the turn began. It's got partner 4/4. What do you guys think of that? Are you hyped to play that? It's definitely going to be a more budget-friendly card for sure. But that's a lot of life to gain, man. You play this at the right time and take somebody out the game, and then, what do you know? Another player loses the game. You gain life equal to that player's life total as the turn began. Maybe they could be at 5. Maybe they're at 11. Maybe they're at 2. Who knows what the case may be. But that's still pretty cool. Especially with that new, what's its name? I should have put it on the screen. I don't know why. I really didn't read over all the cards initially because I like getting that first experience, But, man, it's just printed, Whenever you gain life, target opponent lose that much life. Why can't I think of it? Anyway, Journey into NYX and Zendikar Expeditions is where you can find Mana Confluence. I knew it was a matter of time before this card was reprinted. You tap it, you pay 1 life, add 1 mana of any color. That's pretty legit. Sees a lot. Is it still legal? It should still be legal in Pioneer, I'd imagine. But very, very cool card. $21.99. For the longest time, this card was around $6-7, And then it started climbing up. Of course, the Expedition is going to fetch a heavy price tag. But that is a really, really cool card. And the fact that it's not legendary, you can have multiple instances of this out. But then if you get too carried away, let's say you got 4 of these on the battlefield, you got no other kind of land, guess what? You're going to ping yourself to death really, really fast. So hopefully you're running life gain or something. But usually, you can find this seeing a lot of play for sure. That's why it's back in Commander. Really cool. First time appearing in Commander, I should say. Awesome art on that, too. And they have it at the Mythic slot. So I guess anytime they print a card, they realize how It's really powerful, you know, like it started out as rare in Journey into NYX, and they're like, let's just bump it up to Mythic, you know. It's a really, really cool card, guys. I think that's how they have the conversations over at Wizards. I know, it's crazy. Command Tower. This was printed into Oblivion. You can find your average copy, 59 cents to $1 or 2 pennies, somewhere around there. Add 1 mana of any color in your commander's color identity. This is the extended art. So yeah, they're going to be putting these into boxes, much like Battlebond, but there's going to be like a cool little draft experience as well with these. I love it. I've been saying, why don't we just put them in boxes? I remember saying that a year ago. Instead of just like dropping this like specific little set, man, let's just make a commander product like we have a standard product, you know? Roll out 200, 300 cards. Have it just specifically geared for commander. Do that once a year or something. That would make commander players love it. Wizards is doing it. That's phenomenal. So they do listen to people out there, you know. I even seen this on forums talking about it. You know, why doesn't Wizards just make it into like a standard like kind of set, you know? And that way you have booster packs you get a crack instead of like opening an entire box already knowing what's inside the box, you know? Like I love the whole Battlebond. I think Battlebond was the first time they explored that, and I'm like, yeah, this is awesome. Let's just keep doing this. I think it was the first time they ever made a commander-like set was Battlebond, so that was pretty cool. And now it looks like they're sticking to that format. So hooray for Wizards, man. But yeah, Command Tower is back, and just like every other product Wizards is dropping now, there's going to be extended art. There's going to be extended foil. There's going to be showcase. There's going to be all types of craziness, man. They are really cashing in on Commander. They're cashing in all over the place. These collector style booster packs and VIPs and just it's madness. But I'm not complaining about it at all. Hey, if people want to have some fancy schmancy kind of card in their decks, cool. You're going to pay for it, but you know it's always been that way. People, when you have a commander, they want to foil out their entire deck. Some cards aren't even in foil, you know, that you play with. But it's really neat to see players who actually go that extra mile and do that. But man, talk about being pricey, you know. Anyway, so yeah, they're catering towards players who like to do that. And not only that, but the extended kind of cards and just showcase. It's really nutty. Prossh, Skyraider of Kher. That's right. It's Commander 2013, $3.71. Masters 25, $4.43. I was kind of impressed, or maybe not impressed is the word. I was surprised to see Masters 25 is more expensive than 2013 Commander. That was pretty crazy. But another really cool Commander card. When you cast a spell, create X01 red Kobold creature tokens named Kobolds. Are Kobolds going to make a huge comeback? Probably not, but who knows. Where X is the number of mana spent to cast it. Flying, sacrifice another creature. Prossh, Skyraider of Kher gets +1/+0 on turn. Probably going to see some kobolds in this Legends Commander set, other than what it says on this Prossh card here. So this does see a lot of play. Really, really cool card. I'm glad I got the reprint. You know, there you go. Here's something interesting. Keeper of the Accord is the spoiler here on the right. At the beginning of each opponent's end step, if that player controls more creatures than you, create a 1/1 white soldier creature token. At the beginning of each opponent's end step, if that player controls more lands than you, you may search your library for a basic Plains card, put it on the battlefield, tap, and shuffle your library. Wizards has talked about this in a stream, that they want to give white some kind of advantages, because it is no secret. White, they're not good at drawing cards. If they are, you know, you gotta be gaining life. It seems to be, you know, getting a card draw, and paying additional stuff for it. And I think the white commander decks are not the most favored right now. Anyone huge at commander, what are the typical colors people are running? Probably not mono white. I don't know how many people have a mono white commander deck. I'm sure they're out there. I'm sure there's some really good ones out there too. But I think the majority, you know, steers away from white because of the lack of card draw and other, you know, things and whatnot. The first time that we noticed this, I remember talking about during spoiler season when M21 was dropped. The Diplomat over here on the left, whenever an opponent attacks with creatures, if 2 or more of those creatures are attacking you and or planeswalkers you control, draw a card. That's legit. And then whenever an opponent casts their second spell each turn, draw a card. huge. I mean, if you can get this thing on the battlefield, you're doing friggin' fine and dandy, man, especially in the right circumstances. If your opponent's running creature-heavy stuff, not only does it have lifelink on it, they're not going to want to attack you because of that, but you're going to be drawing cards as a result of them attacking you. And then if they're casting multiple spells, you're going to draw another card. It's a really, really cool card, and I think I think over time, the Diplomat's going to go up in price, but not even that. What's the big thing is they're printing more and more cards, and Wizards would say over the next couple of years, you're really going to notice the trend in getting more card draw. More White's going to be better overall. White has been down in the dumps for a long time, and they're finally going to get they're finally going to start coming up, man. There's been memes going around for the longest time. I think it took all the memes floating around on the Reddits and Facebook and Instagram. I remember even posting a bunch on my Instagram account, link in description, of just White just doing absolute garbage and just not being a powerhouse like some of the other colors. I think I got like 3 or 4 different memes for White on there. But now they're finally doing it. So there you go. Keeper of the Accord is just another example of that. The Prismatic Piper over here. Interesting. So your Pauper Commander players out there, this is your card right here, man. Partner, what more do you want to say? If the Prismatic Piper is your commander, choose a color before the game begins. The Prismatic Piper is the chosen color. Cool. There you have it. What else do we got here? Commander Sphere. A lot of prints. That's right. Averaging between 42 cents and $1.65 on the high end for one of these Commander Spheres. But this one in particular, first time they did an extended art version of it, so expect this one to be a little more expensive. But, yeah, pretty cool. Definitely got the reprint, and I think this one looks pretty nice. I like it. I do like it. It's like a big bowl of yarn, maybe. I don't know. Spectator seeding Battlebond lands, completing the cycle of Battlebond lands. That's right. I think this is good. I know a lot of people, like when they first heard that, they're just finishing the cycle for Battlebond lands, were kind of like, aw, but they're really good. I honestly thought the Battlebond lands would be worth a lot more than they are right now. I remember for a while they were going for like $4 or $5 a pop, $3 a pop, and they have spiked. They're up to like 10, 15. I mean, I didn't even look up prices on this, but they are up there in value, and I don't see them coming down anytime soon unless reprints occur. But this is completing. We're getting the last 5 that we need to complete the cycle of these Battlebond lands. I'm sure they have a name for them, but really cool. Enters the battlefield unless you have 2 or more opponents. Enters the battlefield tapped unless you have 2 or more opponents. So if you're playing Commander, I mean, this is like a fetch land, Well, not a fetch land. It's like a dual land. It's like an OG dual land in that sense for Commander. The only downside is if your opponents do die, but at that point, I don't think it's going to matter this dropping on the battlefield if you have just one opponent and you're like turn 20 or 30 into the match, I don't think it's going to make any difference. It's not going to be significant whatsoever. It will not matter at all. That's what I'm trying to say. So, yeah, that's the only downside to these lands in Commander is if you only have one opponent at some point. But whoopity-doo. It's probably late in the game at that time. Really, really cool. I like the artwork on these. Undergrowth Stadium looks hot sauce right there. That one actually is pretty cool. I want to live there. I want to be in it. I want to be there right now. Rejuvenate Springs, really cool art on this one too. A lot of art like I see that has this kind of like look to it. I don't know what that's called, but I enjoy it. Anyway, there you go. So the whole land spiel is done, man. They finally completed it. Awesome sauce. Vault of Champions, another cool one. I like that, man. The extended art version, of course, looking beautiful. I didn't include the non-extended art. They will have non-extended art, of course. Now we have Green Commander. That's right, the Green Commander set. There's going to be 8 cards in all. Freyalise, Alena Wars Fury is one of them. This is going to be a commander. It could be your commander. It even says so on the card. Planeswalkers, I don't know if many of you know. I'm sure anyone who plays Commander knows this, but for those who do not, if it's a Planeswalker, it has to actually say that he or she or it can be your commander. For it to be your commander. Now you know. But yeah, really cool. $11.15, $13, $0.10, just a couple price points for it. And there you have it. These are going to come in foil as well. Bane of Progress. Oh yes. All reprints, but some are really, really needed, man. This one, as you can see, goes for roughly about $9 on average. But very, very sought after. I think Freyalise, if I'm not mistaken, am I saying Freyalise? Freyalise, or whatever you want to call it. I think she's going. I think she's in like the top 40 for most played commanders. Bane of Progress, really cool card. Definitely needed a reprint. Destroy all artifacts and enchantments. Put a +1/+1 counter on Bane of Progress for each permanent destroyed this way. We got some bigger hitters coming up in just a moment here. Seedborn Muse, 5-drop on tap all permanents you control during each other players on tap step. All the way back to Legions. That's right. 9th edition, $10.88, and Battlebond, $10.09. I almost forget that this was in Battlebond. That was like the first Commander booster box they basically pushed out on us. Really, really cool. Worldly Tutor. This one takes me back because 6th edition, it's an uncommon. Mirage 3532, 6th edition 3178. That's the white border with 6th edition. Yeah, I remember pulling these out left and right. I wish I had my collection still. Jelly Mosh, dummy. Search your library for a creature card and reveal that card. Shuffle your library, then put the card on top of it. That's amazing. Yeah, it was an uncommon. I think it was an uncommon in Mirage as well. I could be mistaken. I know I had Mirage versions of this as well. Mirage copies of this also. But yeah, for 1 green, tutor up a card. Tutor up a creature card. It's pretty legit, man. Very needed heavy. Oh yeah, they're also going to be putting this as a foil. It hasn't been printed in 20 years. Over 2 decades. And to think, I just turned 18 years old. It's amazing. Command Tower, kind of weird they threw this in here. It's got unique art, sure, but other than that, it's not green. I don't know why they put this in here. I guess just because of the unique art. And, I mean, I'm not saying the art's bad. I mean, it's not. It looks really cool. I would love to live in Castlevania there. It looks like a good time. But I just don't understand their reasoning, their choice in picking that. I don't like it. Stick with green cards. If you're green, stick with green. It's that simple. Why are we deviating away from that? I don't understand. Omnath, Locus of Mana, the old 3-drop. You don't lose unspent green mana as steps and phases end. That is so cool. Cool ability. This is, I think, the 4th most played commander in the game for green. Omnath, Locus of Mana gets +1/+1 for each unspent green mana you have. Well, that gets pretty big, my friends. If only it was counters you throw on it. It gets +1/+1 for each unspent green mana you have. You know, just keep putting... That'd be busted. Okay. But anyway, Legends 2644, that's from the Vault, and World Wake 2588. Expect prices to drop with the reprint. All going to be available in foil, and probably extended art too, and craziness. Many prints for Sol Ring. Amazing card. I remember when I first got back into Magic. Don't ask why. I was playing Standard, and I threw in some Sol Rings into a deck, not realizing that it was banned at the time. Like, it was like my first 2 weeks back, and I'm like, wow, that card looks busted. You know, I threw a place on of Sol Rings in there, and I was just kicking the crap out of people I was playing, but they're like, dude, you can't play with that, it's banned. I'm like, ah. It was like, after like the 5th or 6th match, someone pointed that out to me. I think they were just being nice, because like I was basically like coming back to the game, you know. But after a while, they're like, all right, we've had enough of this crap. Your deck sucks. All right, you're just winning because of Sol Ring. I'm like, oh, okay. But yeah, $2.40 and $3.61 is the average price point for this. I think Sol Ring was printed back in Alpha, if I'm not mistaken. I'm sure it's worth thousands. The OG version. There you have it. Then we have Sylvan Library, which is cool to see a reprint. It was last printed. I want to say the last print was Eternal Masters. It's going for $68.26. This card was around like $20 for the longest time, $15 for the longest time. And then it wasn't until, I don't know, the last 3 years that, boom, you know, it jumped up in price. But read what the card does. At the beginning of your draw step, you may draw 2 additional cards. If you do, choose 2 cards in your hand. Draw on this turn. For each of those cards, pay for a life or put the card on top of your library. It's pretty legit, man. Sylvan Library, definitely awesome to see. It got the reprint, $72.61, $57.59. So like your average price is like $62 through $63. More like 66. More like $68 is your average price. Really, really cool to see Sylvan Library get the reprint. It's going to make this these 8 cards, this set, worth quite a bit. Excuse me, guys. Commander Legends and Commander Collection Green. That's it in a nutshell. As more Commander Legend spoilers drop, I will continue to bring them to you guys. I enjoy making these videos. Spoiler videos, I think, are one of my favorite videos to make. That and gameplay. I like the gameplay decks also. Box opening. I like everything I do. If you guys enjoyed this video, by all means, hit the like button. If not, I don't care, skadoosh bags. All right. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. Skadoosh. Whoa. Skadoosh.